Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting the like button. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. Today we'll be talking about the Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder Korg Build-A-Figure Waves Ravager Thor. I have actually seen Thor Love and Thunder last week. Don't worry, I won't be spoiling the movie here. But just in case you don't watch the trailers and want to avoid knowing some stuff before seeing the movie, spoiler warning! So here we have Ravager Thor in the standard Marvel Legends packaging here. So at the front we get this vibrant looking logo for Thor Love and Thunder. And at the top we get this symbol for Mjolnir. At the side we get a nice artwork of Ravager Thor. Same on the other side. And at the back, there's a brief bio of the character. If you want to read it, you can pause the video. And here we have the other figures from the wave. Alright, let's get Thor out of the packaging. So here we have Ravager Thor out of the packaging. And before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. Besides the Build-A-Figure piece for Korg, Thor here comes with one pair of weapon holding hands and Stormbreaker. So a nice flesh tone on these hands. They do look good, nothing too crazy about them. It would have been better if we also got some extra hands, but if you do have some of the previous MCU Thor figures, those hands should fit in here as well, like here. And Stormbreaker here looks awesome. So we get nice sculpted details here on the handle and on the axe itself. This is the same Stormbreaker piece that we got with the Endgame Thor. So the difference is the translucent blue plastic that they used for the axe. However, one thing that I don't like about this particular sculpt for Stormbreaker is the handle tends to bend a lot over time when it's posed horizontally. I think the plastic on the handle is less durable or weaker than the plastic on the axe, which is why I prefer the Stormbreaker from the Infinity War Thor. I know this previous piece is not film accurate when it comes to the handle, but I do like it more because it feels bigger and more in scale with Thor's height than the new pieces here. And it's also less likely to bend because the plastic here on the handle feels much stronger. So I'd probably use the Infinity War Stormbreaker more for this new Thor figure. So the design of this figure here looks like it's based on Thor's outfit during his recent adventures as a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. But I also believe it's inspired by Thunderstrike's outfit from the comics, whose real name is Eric Masterson and at some point also operated as Thor. The design here also seems to include some elements of his classic suit, like these yellow straps or bands on his boots. Now taking a closer look at the head sculpt itself, I do love what I'm seeing here. I think they nailed the likeness of Chris Hemsworth. Hasbro's photoreal tech is really impressive. He's got this nice serious expression on his face, which goes really well with the electric blue of his eyes. And the hair sculpt also looks great. Nice sculpted details here and at the back. I like the dirty blonde look he's got going on here. Moving on to the rest of the figure here, we get this Ravager jacket, similar to what Star-Lord wears. So it's got a lot of nice sculpted details. I'm liking how they didn't skimp out on us on the sculpt here. And even at the back of the jacket, it looks really good. And I love that they didn't hold back on the paint apps. Even tiny buttons here were painted properly. Wow. And looking at the shirt inside, or tank top, I mean, we're getting some nice texturing here. We get this nice artwork of what seems to be Yggdrasil, or the World Tree, with the circles representing the 9 realms. There's also this faint blue here, which I think is a nice touch. Somehow it makes the tank top look even more natural and less toy-like, if you know what I mean. The arms look great as well. Nice muscular tones here. I think this figure captures the godly body of the man that is Chris Hemsworth. The belt looks good as well. I like the details we get here on his belt buckle. I'm not sure what the symbol is, but if you guys do know what it is, please let me know in the comments below. And looking at the rest of the figure, I like the jeans we get here. The shade of blue they use looks really good, and it's also got some nice texturing and patterns all over the jeans here, so no complaints there. And like what I said earlier, the yellow straps here on his boots seem to be inspired by his classic look from the comics. It might have been better if they added some black wash here to make the straps look even more realistic, you know. So overall, I love the look, sculpt, and paint apps of this figure. Now let's go over the articulation for Ravager Thor. So the hair sculpt will hinder the neck articulation quite a bit. Anyway, Thor can look only that far because of the hair sculpt, and downwards as well. His head does rotate. There's a little bit of forward-backward shifting motion there, and some nice neck pivot. His arms can bend upward very far, over the 90-degree mark. That looks great. And he can bend them down all the way as well. His shoulders rotate 360. He's got a bicep swivel. Pinless double jointed elbows. His wrists rotate and move up and down. He has an ab crunch that allows him to move forward and backwards as well. He's got a waist swivel. His legs can kick forward very far and backwards quite a bit. His hips move outward very far, but not far enough if you want to recreate that clip of Thor in a leg split kind of pose. He's got an upper thigh cut, pinless double jointed knees. His ankles move up and down, and he has ankle pivot as well. Now for some figure comparisons, here's the Ravager Thor next to some other MCU Thor figures that I have. We have the Ragnarok Thor, Infinity War Thor, and Endgame Thor. There is a bit of inconsistency with the height, but personally I thought the Infinity War Thor looked a bit too tall. So I'm actually good with the height that we get from this new one here. I also think that of all the Thors here, this new one might look like Chris Hemsworth the most. And here's Thor next to some other Asgardians. So we have Loki from Thor Ragnarok and Valkyrie from Avengers Endgame. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder Ravager Thor. Despite the lack of interchangeable hands, I think this figure has great sculpt, great paint apps, and great articulation. So yeah, I think this figure is great. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, so I ordered this figure from the Red Lily Project. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. I'll also be doing videos to review some of my toy gun hauls next. So if you like my content, please support the channel by hitting the like button. And if you still haven't, hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.